What's good, Raiders Nation? Buckle up, because we're diving into the heart of the Las Vegas Raiders defense with some spicy updates on our linebacker crew for 2025. The Silver and Black are in rebuild mode after losing both starting linebackers in free agency, and the stakes are sky high. Can our new trio of veterans step up, or are we staring down a defensive crisis? Let's break it all down with the latest Las Vegas Raiders news. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. The Raiders' linebacker room got a major shakeup this offseason. Divine Deablo bolted to Falcons, and Robert Spillane signed with the Patriots, leaving massive gaps in the heart of our defense. General Manager John Spytek didn't waste time, though, bringing in veteran Elandon Roberts to anchor the group. Roberts, a tackling machine with 147 tackles and 15 tackles for loss over 2 seasons with the Steelers, is a kind of tough, gritty leader Patrick Graham's system thrives on. But here's the kicker. One linebacker can't do it all in Graham's scheme. So who's stepping up beside him? Enter Devin White and Jaylen Smith, 2 high-profile signings with big potential and even bigger question marks. Both are former high draft picks, but their careers have taken some wild turns. White was a star in Tampa Bay's 2020 Super Bowl run, but his inconsistency and struggles in pass coverage led to a trade request and a dip in his stock. Jaylen Smith, who briefly played for the Raiders in 2023, sat out all of 2024, raising doubts about his reliability at just 29 years old. Can these guys recapture their Pro Bowl form, or are we banking on a risky bet? Here's where it gets juicy, Raiders fans. The linebacker battle is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing storylines heading into 2025. Elandon Roberts is a heavy favorite to start at middle linebacker, but Devin White and Jaylen Smith are hungry to prove themselves. With young talents like Cody Lindenberg and Tommy Eichenberg also in the mix, training camp is going to be a straight-up brawl for those starting spots. So, what do you think? Can White and Smith form a dynamic duo with Roberts, or should the Raiders be hunting for another linebacker? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about Elandon Roberts, the veteran tasked with leading this revamped linebacker corps. This guy's a beast. 10 years of NFL experience, a knack for stuffing the run, and instincts that make quarterbacks sweat. In Pittsburgh, he was a tone setter, and sources like Silver and Black Pride say he's already impressing coaches with his leadership in Las Vegas. Patrick Graham's defense relies on a smart, physical Mike linebacker, and Roberts fits the bill perfectly. But can he handle the pressure of being a defensive anchor all season long? The Raiders' coaching staff isn't new to Roberts, which is a huge plus. Defensive line coach Rob Leonard and assistant Ty McKenzie both work with him in Miami, so there's a level of trust and familiarity there. According to The Athletic, they see Roberts as a Mike linebacker, the quarterback of the defense, calling plays and setting the tone. But with only 9 linebackers on the roster, including undrafted rookie Wesley Steiner, depth is a real concern. If Roberts goes down, are we ready to lean on improving talent or veterans with question marks? Now, let's zoom in on Devin White, a name that still carries serious weight. This guy was a first-round pick for a reason. His speed and run-stopping ability are elite when he's on his game. ESPN reports that White's 2020 playoff performance was one of the best defensive showings ever, with GM John Spytek calling it incredible. But here's the rub. White struggled with consistency, especially in pass coverage, and his one-year, $1.2 million deal screams prove it. Can he rediscover that Super Bowl swagger in Vegas, or will he be a roster bubble candidate? The pressure's on Raiders Nation. White's fighting for a starting spot, but young guns like 7th-round pick Cody Lindenberg and Tommy Eichenberg could steal snaps if they shine in camp. According to Yahoo Sports, the Raiders released Amari Burney and Brandon Smith to make room for Jaylen Smith, signaling a wide-open competition. White's got the athleticism, but he'll need to lock in mentally to secure his role. What's your take? Does Devin White have what it takes to lock down a starting job? Let me know below. Jaylen Smith's return to the Raiders is the ultimate wild card. Once a Pro Bowl with the Cowboys, Smith's career hit a rough patch after injuries and a year away from the NFL in 2024. At 29, he's still young enough to make an impact, but ESPN notes his signing after a rookie minicamp tryout shows the Raiders are taking a flyer on his potential. Smith's familiarity with the team from his 2023 stint could give him an edge, but he's got to prove he's still got the juice. The Raiders' linebacker room is a mix of veterans and hungry rookies, and Smith's fighting for a spot in a crowded field. With only 9 linebackers on a roster, per Silver and Black Pride, every snap in training camp will be critical. Smith's experience, 7 years in the NFL, could make him a valuable depth piece, but he's not guaranteed a roster spot. Will his veteran savvy help him stand out, or will younger players like Amari Gaynor or Jalen Walker push him out? Here's the big picture. The Raiders' defense is under a microscope in 2025, losing Spillane and D. Blowhurt, and while Roberts, White, and Smith bring experience, there's no guarantee they'll gel. Patrick Graham's system demands versatile linebackers who can stop the run and cover tight ends. But Yahoo Sports points out that both White and Roberts played less than 45% of their team's defensive snaps last year. That's a red flag when you're trying to compete in the brutal AFC West. Can this group step up, or are we in for a rough ride? Let's not forget the division we're up against, Raiders fans. The Kansas City Chiefs, led by Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, are the gold standard, but NFL Network's Judy Batista says they're vulnerable. And guess what? The Raiders were the last team to beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead. With Pete Carroll and Geno Smith steering the ship, there's a new energy in Vegas. But can our linebackers hold the line against elite offenses like Kansas City's? Share your predictions in the comments. The Raiders' new regime is all about building a new identity. Pete Carroll's championship pedigree and Chip Kelly's offensive mind are setting the stage. But the defense, especially the linebackers, will make or break this team. Elandon Roberts is a safe bet to lead, but Devin White and Jaylen Smith are X factors. If they can tap into their past Pro Bowl form, we could have a sneaky good unit. If not, we might be leaning on rookies sooner than we'd like. What's your confidence level in this group, Raiders Nation? Training camp is going to be a battleground, and I can't wait to see how it shakes out. Will Devin White rediscover his all-pro potential? Can Jaylen Smith silence the doubters? Or will a rookie like Cody Lindenberg steal the show? The Raiders' linebacker core is a high-stakes gamble, and every snap counts. Stay tuned to Las Vegas Raiders news for the latest updates as we head toward the 2025 season. Drop your bold predictions in the comments. I'm reading every single one. The AFC West is a gauntlet, and the Raiders are building to compete. But let's be real, unseating the Chiefs is a tall order, even if they're not invincible. Our linebacker trio needs to bring physicality and consistency to give Geno Smith and the offense a chance to shine. With young talent like Ashton Janney and Brock Bowers on the offensive side. Per ESPN, the Raiders are building something special. But can the defense keep up? What's the one thing you want to see from our linebackers this season? Raiders Nation, this is our time to rally. The 2025 season is a chance to redefine the silver and black. Let's keep the faith and bring the energy as we watch this linebacker battle unfold. Hit that like button if you're hyped for the season. Smash that subscribe button for more Las Vegas Raiders news. And share this video with every Raiders fan you know. Drop a comment with your thoughts on Roberts, White, and Smith. Can they get it done, or do we need another move? Let's go Raiders.